Detroit Lions did make an investment.
They did.
And David Montgomery at the running back position.
Paid him.
They weren't the only NFC North team that wanted to make an investment in David Montgomery. I'm not talking about the Bears, Spinny.
Not the Bears.
Talking about the Vikings.
The Vikings. How could what? Why? I thought they were going to cut Dalvin Cook, but they can afford to pay David Montgomery.
Well, Dalvin's getting paid fat.
Yeah.
David only getting paid $6.
It's true.
And ain't nothing to Dalvin contract. But yeah, the Minnesota Vikings were interested in David Montgomery. Conversations pursued.
Sucks, you losers. Minnesota.
The Minnesota losers. But guess what?
They ain't get him.
It's the king of the North shit, bro. Even further cementing that statement.
It shows that players are like, okay, this is a team I want to play for. This is a team who's got some shit going. They got a great head coach. They got a good coaching staff. They have Brad Holmes at the top doing his thing, pulling the strings. They have a good young roster. This is a team that I'd like to play for. And so I'm going to go there instead of the Minnesota Vikings, who were the division winner last year, who won, 11, 12 games last year. And no, it's the Lions. It's the Lions that are getting these guys.
And that's just within the division, too. Like, that's just the teams that wanted David Montgomery within the NFC North. And he was obviously hot commodity because there's just 3 teams in the NFC North alone. I'm sure there's other teams following outside, too, that wanted David Montgomery. But guess who got him?
The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions. And from what I read, some of it was, the reason why Brad won, it wasn't because, it wasn't all because of the culture and stuff like that, too. It was they gave him a little extra $1 million in the second year versus Chicago's deal only had guaranteed money in the first year. But nonetheless, it's still, like, that was something he already had built a family with. I'm sure it's where he bought his first home. He obviously, when you saw him sign his contract here in Detroit, it was with his daughter.
Yeah.
So it was where he had his kids. You know what I'm saying? That was his home, Chicago. But he signed with Detroit.
Came to Detroit, came to the Lions, came to the dark side, the villains, the evil empire of the NFC North, taking players away from their teams, taking players away from their homes, and because of Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
Because of what he does, because of what they're building, because of what Sheila Ford Hamp is building, what Dan Campbell is building. This Detroit Lions young roster, the way they finished the end of the season where they showed that they can go toe-for-toe with anybody in the league. What they saw on Hard Knocks, where they're like, yeah, this team looks pretty fun. Looks like a team I'd like to play for. Looks like some guys I'd like to play for. So it's more than just culture. Like, obviously you need winning to match that, and starting off 1-6 was not great. But at the end of the year, in the last 10 weeks of the season, they got that shit moving, man. And teams saw that. Players saw that. Teams recognized that. National media entities recognized that. Like, all right, Detroit's got something cooking here. No team in the NFC playoffs wanted to see the Lions in the first round. I can tell you that.
It's kind of like, it's funny because we call them the Kings of the North, and it's a little bit of a Game of Thrones expression, but it's truly that because, once you become, the king of King's Landing, you pick who's within your cabinet, no matter from, like, which house, It's like, we want David Montgomery from House Bass, we want freaking whoever the hell else from House Steelers.
From House Steelers.
Yeah, and
Give
Brad
me Emmanuel Mosley from House 49.
From House Philadelphia Eagles, we choose CJGJ, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.